This is my review of the Alto TX408 350 watt speaker. I love this thing. We're gonna dive into all the details and the review. If you wanna check out the latest price, there's a link in the description, so look for that. Now let's dive into the review. Before I give my review, I just wanna give a little bit of background. My wife and I are both professional entertainers. My wife is a professional singer. I am a comedian slash magician, and we perform all over the place. And for most of our gigs, we have a much larger setup. We have a Bose L1, and sometimes we'll use two of those at a really big gig. But for those smaller gigs and more intimate settings, we wanted something that's easy to get in and out of the car. And this thing blew my mind when I took it out of the box. It weighs like nothing. I mean, this is like super, super lightweight. And being that it's so lightweight, then I doubted the power that it would have, but it is incredibly powerful for the size. Now you can use this as a speaker itself. You can run a microphone. It's got two lines. So you can have a line in, or you can put it over to microphone. You can run music from your phone via Bluetooth, or your phone or your iPad, whatever you have. And this one here is the mix output. So what you can do is, if you have more than one of these, which I'm gonna get another one, because at a bigger gig, carrying two of these, which is super light, is still much easier than bringing an entire PA system. And the sound is incredible. You've got your contour buttons here, in and out, and the ground lift, in and out. So if you have two of these, you can connect two of these with Bluetooth. So you can still run music through your phone, and it'll come out of both speakers, which is awesome. And if you don't want to use the Bluetooth, you can just run an XLR cable from this speaker right to another speaker. Another really cool feature about this is, when we're using our full-size PA system, then this doubles as a really nice monitor, and it even has a slant built in where this will sit comfortably at the perfect angle for a monitor. In fact, when I play drums, I use this as my floor monitor, and it works really well. I do recommend that if you're at a gig, that you do get a stand for this. If you have somewhere high to set it, you want it to be, at ear level. It does have a hole in the bottom where you can put this on a stand, but it sounds so good. A quick tip, if you're playing music through this, and here's what I found. I connected my phone. I can't play music for you right now because that is not allowed on these videos. So what I'm gonna do is just explain to you the experience that I have with this. Once you connect, it's very easy to connect. So you plug this in, you hit the Bluetooth button, and this will be flashing. And then you go to your phone and you just connect to TX408 or TX410, depending on which model you have, and it'll connect. Once I did that, I turned up the volume, and I was like, man, it's not that loud. So I was very disappointed when I first started. Then I realized that you have to turn the volume up on your phone. So once I did that, I had to turn this volume less than a quarter of the way, and it was so loud in this room that I'm in that it was as loud as I would ever want it to be. I would never go even halfway. It gets that loud when the phone is turned up all the way. So that's important to note. So who's this for? If you are a mobile DJ, if you are a performer or a presenter, a musician or a singer, and you do smaller gigs, more intimate gigs, this thing might be the only thing you need to bring with you. It's amazing. Now, if you want to connect more than one, let's say more than one microphone, I would recommend having a mixer. And then a mixer, you'd plug your microphones into that, your audio into that, your guitar or whatever you're playing, and then plug all of that into here. Then you control everything through the mixer. This doesn't allow you to do that. It only has one XLR input, and this one is only an XLR output. Moving it around is super easy. As you can see, there's a built-in handle. So you just pick this up, and I still can't get over how lightweight this is for how much power. 350 watts in this small of a speaker is amazing to me. The grille on the front is metal, so that's going to protect your woofer and your speakers inside. I would say that this is the perfect size speaker if you're playing at a venue that has maybe 50 to 100 people. And the size of the room, in my opinion, should be less than 1,000 square feet. Once you get bigger than that, you're gonna want to at least have a second speaker so you can spread it out. And if you have more people than 100, you're probably gonna want a second speaker. That being said, as long as you keep in mind that this needs to be up high or at ear level. If they're seated, put it a little bit lower. That's gonna make a huge difference. If you're doing gigs that are generally more than 100 people, let's say 150 up to 250, then I would definitely recommend getting 2 of these so that you can spread them out. And ideally, I would probably go with the 10-inch in that case. Or if you want to, you could get this and add a separate woofer to add more bass. But the highs and the lows in this by itself in a smaller venue, to me, sound incredible. Since I can't connect Bluetooth and play music for you through this, I am gonna hook up a microphone and give you an idea of how this sounds with a mic, without a mixer. So just the microphone straight into here. I've got my trusty SM58 connected, my wireless SM58. Connected, and to turn this on is super easy. There's just a power switch on the back. You click that on, you adjust the volume, and of course, as with any other speaker, you do not want to stand directly in front of it. You're going to get feedback, so I'll stand to the side. This is me speaking without anything on, and once I turn on the mic, check 1 2, check 1 2. And this sounds very clear, it sounds very smooth. Now, in my opinion, for this, just using a microphone, which is generally what I use, I don't even need a mixer because the quality of the voice that's coming out of this, I don't know if you can tell because this is being picked up by my microphone here, by my camera microphone. My voice sounds very authentic to me. So it's very clear, very authentic and loud. And right now, I only have this turned up about 1/4 of the way. And it is more than filling the room. In fact, it's going loud enough to where it's downstairs and I can hear that my dog is starting to freak out. So now I'm gonna go to the halfway mark, and at halfway mark, you can tell the difference. I mean, it is impressive. Of course, I am standing really close to this speaker, which normally I would never do, but this thing sounds so good in my opinion. I've been buying PA systems pretty much for my entire life. And this is the first one that I've ever found that is this lightweight and this powerful all at the same time. If you're looking for a speaker that is great for karaoke, parties, or small presentations and or performances, this thing is incredible. There's a link in the description. You can click on that to check out the current price. Thank you for watching and let me know if you have any questions.